They can kill flesh and blood, but they cannot kill the truth, and they never will. If you study the prison that's being built for each and every one of us, transponders being our inspection stickers, taxing, tracking, regulating, ticketing us. When you study how your cell phones track you down to 3 feet, when you study how all your credit card purchases are being tracked, when you look around you, when you see how they're openly breaking us up into different regions and getting rid of our national sovereignty with the stroke of a pen, it's all happening right now. And all of that, as horrible as it is nothing more than an opportunity. The elite knows that small groups of people, focused, energized, moving forward with a goal, can affect change. And they know that we can do the same because we outnumber them thousands to one. That's why I say, at their very core, they are terrified of us. Yeah. All they have is their miserable lives. All they have is the next bauble, the next trinket, the next signet, the next logo of their power, surrounded by yes men and women. They're totally unhappy. Like a tick, they just bury deeper. All they have is this life. All they have is the material possessions. All they have is constantly trying to expand that paradigm. And they are jealous and envious and hateful of those of us that are good and those of us that have love, because we have something and we have a power that they're never going to have, that they can't duplicate. One of the greatest powers we have is our ability to predict, because we're going off their own documents, we're going off their own plans, we're covering their own program. And so as it unfolds, as it builds in front of everyone, many people who didn't listen to you 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, will wake up as they are tyrannized, as they are abused by these despotic mechanisms. Our numbers are going to swell. Why do you think they're building this huge police state? Why do you think they're putting this grid in? They are anticipating our reaction, but they have not anticipated the full magnitude of the rebellion of the human spirit. In their arrogance, they have underestimated the power of the human spirit. Just now, they are becoming horrified as they begin to witness this power rise. Let me say something about primitive, tribal chess beating. Our enemies have attempted to create false facsimiles of the rebelling human spirit against oppression. And they tell you should keep your mouth shut, and you shouldn't get angry, and you shouldn't take action, and that you should be afraid of standing up and being strong. But notice how aggressive they are against you. We are here in Dallas, Texas, when John Kennedy was murdered, and the parallels between these two killings are legion. The killings of those 2,800 people and the killings of President Kennedy were both about a military-industrial complex attempting to maintain control of the population as free humanity attempted to wrest itself from their arms. The system of control was crumbling before 9/11. The people were seeing through the two parties. The people were waking up. The people didn't want to invade innocent countries. And so they gave us a horrible attack to speak to our fear, to speak to our cowardice, so they could shepherd us under their black wings and tell us that if we just gave fealty to them and mindlessly submitted to their tyranny, that we somehow would gain safety. History and common sense shows that when you give your liberty over to someone else, when you give up control of your sovereignty, 9 times out of 10, prepare yourself for bondage. And bondage means something. I'm somewhat of a novice historian. I like to read the history of 5,000 years ago, the history of 2,000 years ago, the history of 300 years ago. I'm reading official naval accounts. Just one example of tyranny, of just callous bloodthirstiness. These elites pass this down through their system, father to son, on and on. To read about the British Navy 300 years ago, in the 1790s, in their official diaries. These were men on these ships. They'd gone and pressed out of their homes, out of their farms. They would grab them. This is the real thing that caused 1776. They would grab colonialists. They would grab British citizens. And they would take them on board these ships. And the British officers from the lower aristocracy, on, say, a standard fourth-rate man of war of 40 guns, would have 20 cows in the belly of the ship. They'd be 8 months out, miss their port, people got scurvy with their teeth falling out, you could stick your thumb right in your side. And there would be those nobles, those minions, in there with their cows, fat as hogs, with their cows, drinking gallons of water every day and having their uniforms washed while they were giving their men 1 cup of water a day. That's one example of bondage, one example of slavery, one example of tyranny. Those elites, I read the letters by British officers. I can't wait till these other men die, as they sat there gobbling all this food, watching everyone die around them. And it's that same type of elite that has passed their power down through the ages, that are totally callous towards you. And they write and talk about how when you've got food, when you've got land, when you've got money, when you've got middle class establishment, that you threaten them because you're not dependent to them. And they talk about how they want to make us all poor and make us have no future and dumb us down. A bunch of inbred scum! And make no mistake, just as they called those that resisted them 300 years ago pirates and demonized them in their newspapers and their films of today, they consider all of us outlaw pirates today.